the door, and his face went white. "Dad? We need to talk about Bristol." That's when I heard her voice from inside. "Is that the pizza?" Standing behind him was Bristol in a slinky bathrobe barely covering her body and messy makeup. We all stood there in silence. "Dad," Jacob started. "Remember, this is legal. Bristol isn't your biological daughter," Jacob said quietly. "She's your wife's daughter. We're not related by blood. We're step-siblings." I stared at him in shock. "Jacob, she's 15. You're a sophomore in college." "We fell in love," Bristol said through tears. "We couldn't fight it, plus I'm 16 soon." I stopped listening after that and swung my fist at my own son, knocking him to the ground. My knuckles hurt bad, and I just stood there watching Jacob grab his nose while blood ran between his fingers. Bristol screamed something at me and rushed over to help him up, trying to hold her robe closed with one hand. I saw the blood dripping onto the carpet, and my brain finally caught up with what I'd just done to my own kid. My whole body started shaking and I backed out of the doorway into the hall, almost tripping over my own feet. Jacob yelled that he was calling the cops, but Bristol grabbed his arm and begged him not to, saying it would make everything worse for everyone. I told them both this wasn't over and turned around to leave before I did something else stupid. The walk to my car felt like a dream, and I fumbled with my keys 3 times before getting the door open. Driving home, my hands wouldn't stop shaking on the wheel, and I kept seeing Bristol in that tiny robe standing behind my son. I had to pull over at a gas station to throw up in the parking lot, then again at a rest stop 20 minutes later when the image hit me again. My phone kept buzzing, and when I finally looked at it at a red light, there were 17 missed calls from Bristol. I turned it off and kept driving. When I got home, I just sat in the driveway for 10 minutes before going inside. The house was dark and empty, and I dropped onto the couch without turning on any lights. I couldn't sleep at all that night, just sat there staring at nothing and trying to figure out what to do. Part of me wanted to drive back and drag her home, but I knew that would probably get me arrested after what I'd already done. Around 4 in the morning, I realized I needed help from people who knew how to handle this kind of thing. Monday morning came, and I called Child Protective Services right at 8 when they opened. The woman who answered sounded tired until I explained my college son was involved with my 15-year-old stepdaughter. Then her voice got serious real fast. She asked a bunch of questions and scheduled someone to come to my house later in the week. 2 days crawled by before Wednesday when Paige Moreau showed up at my door carrying a thick folder and wearing a serious look on her face. She sat at my kitchen table and explained they'd need to talk to Bristol at the school without me there, investigate Jacob and make some kind of safety plan. I handed her everything I'd collected over the past few weeks, including the bank statements and the Michigan hoodie. That evening after she left, I sat at my computer for hours, making a timeline of everything I'd noticed going back months. The money transfers to Bristol's account, finding the hoodie, hearing the late-night phone calls, everything went into a document. I took screenshots of bank records and saved text messages, putting it all in a folder on my desktop while my hands shook typing. Thursday night, my phone buzzed with a text from Jacob saying they were really